commend both of you for the efforts, and not only efforts, but the good that you're doing. It's so important. Also, I want to commend the young lady back here about talking about ESOP. I know when ESOP was formed, okay, they've done a tremendous job. They help a lot of folks, okay. I've sent people to them, they've been benefited by it. Not only they supported, funded by those two major corporations, you talk about other corporations too, including locally and nationally, okay. I'm funded by, I'm a Republican, okay, but I'm a person first who believes in the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man, okay. I wasn't going to come by here today, but my good friend Don Bryant called me and said you need to be here.
What is your name,
and that's
sir?
why I'm here. Brother Bob, Minister Robert Earl Sappho. I like to be called Brother Bob. Not just because I'm a preacher, which I am, but I'm a real live brother. But I'm concerned about these issues that we're talking about. Occupy Cleveland, Occupy Wall Street. I've been licensed in real estate, insurance. I've been a stockbroker. Also been a shoe shine boy and a newspaper boy, okay? But I'm a man who stands upright, okay, and support my own. I think it's a great effort. Wyvern is one of my daughters, okay? We've had some personal issues. That's why I started not to come, okay? But I'm overlooking that because for the good. Wyvern does a lot of good in this community, in this whole area. She's been active a long time. So we have to put away our little petty differences and insecurities and come together as a whole. The only way we're going to beat this system, we got to be organized, okay? It's more of us and it's them. We're part of the 99%. We all. And I like to see the diversity here, the white folks and the black folks and the brown folks, okay? My Muslim name is Ali Akbar Muhammad. I brought Malcolm X to Cleveland for the first time in 1956. I also took him to Pittsburgh from Youngstown. That's a whole nother story. I walked with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. This ain't just talking, I was there. I've been a firefighter. I served 8 years in the Marine Corps, okay? I'm a trained killer, okay? But I don't want a gun. I don't believe in it, okay? But I still know how to fight, even though I'm 75 years old. But I'm gonna fight with you guys, okay? We gotta fight together, we gotta come together and think about the brotherhood of man, okay, the fatherhood of God. And when I'm in charge, although I'm not, okay, I start everything with a prayer. I believe everybody here is probably related to some kind of supreme being, whether it's Jesus, Muhammad, the Buddha, whomever, okay? So I would like to start everything, when we come to these meetings, for the commonness of all of us, okay, we have to relate to some creator, okay? I'm not here proselytizing Islam, Christianity, Judaism, or anything, okay? But we have to be more concerned about him because he is in charge, okay? If we put him first, we cannot fail. So I want to commend all of you guys for coming. I'm going to continue to come and be a part in whatever I may or may not be able to do. Call on me. We can do a few things. I got 2 daughters, okay? And I'm kind of a chauvinist. I am, okay? My stepdaughter, Marsha Fudge, is the only African-American congressperson in the state of Ohio, okay? And she's aggressive and she's smart and she's concerned about issues such as this, okay? My biological daughter in Warren, Ohio is Cheryl Sappho. She's a city council person. Now my son, he's bad like me. He's just out here, okay? But the girls are taking the lead and I appreciate this, but we guys got to step up, Don, Dave. It's a pleasure to see you guys. It'll be in support of these kind of efforts. So you guys, now she spoke up and you guys did, but you're there, okay? So it's always important for us to stand up and be supportive of one another, whether it's the female or the male gender, but we all come as one. Thank you much, and y'all keep on doing what you're doing. God bless you.
Nice.
What's name again? Your hat.
Mark Dan.
Okay,
Mark Dan. Former attorney.
Speak. Her name is Priscilla, and she is with the Department of Children's Services.
No. I'm going to miss Priscilla. Denise, I got to go. I'm going to make a donation, baby.
Thank you very much.
Actually, I am not with the family and children
Nice, thank you.
services. I fight the issues that they have women who are going through the time limit, who after 3 years, they are put in the street with nowhere to way to pay their rent and utilities. And a lot of women are opting to give their children to their grandparents aunt or uncle because they can't keep housing. What I just found out this week is those women can be criminalized as well, because they, even though they don't have an income at all and they're living off of food stamps, they are required to pay child support, just like the men. So one of the things that we're fighting against for number one is the time limits. To stop the time limits during an economic crisis where these women cannot find work at all and puts their family in jeopardy. Then they produce homelessness for these children and families. They're torn apart. The children crying and pulled apart and either put in foster care or someone else's home. And then the mother is at risk for going to jail because she cannot pay her child support. If she could have paid the child support, she could have paid the rent and kept her family together. And a lot of people don't know that this is going on. This is a deep, deep topic, and it's a lot of phases to it. The child support is not even going to the children. It's going to the state.
Right.
So even if the mother could get her own child support, she could pay rent.
Right.
And stay in her house. So I'm here not representing Children and Family Service. I'm representing the crying children who are begging to stay with their mommy. Don't let them take me, mommy. Don't let them take me, mommy. Because they want to stay in their house with their mother, but they can't. So I am fighting on behalf of all those mothers that are begging the system. Don't take my children. Don't take my children. I have a petition here that I want to send to Obama because it touches federal level with the time limits. It touches the state because the state said 3 years. You don't even get the whole 5 years the state said you're entitled to. You only get 3. Then you have to be homeless and off for 2 years. Then we'll put you back on for 2 more. Cuyahoga County, they put, since the year 2000, they've only put 143 families back together. In Cuyahoga County, 51% of the women who have children are living in poverty. We cannot turn our backs on these poor people. We cannot turn our backs on mothers with babies who are hiding with their children, homeless and hopeless.
I have a question about child support. I thought the state get $50. Like
No.
if you're collecting child support, the state get $50 if you've been on the system and the system has taken care of you and you start collecting child support. The state get $50 of what you owe them. And then you get the balance of your support unless that has changed.
That has changed.
Because I used to get child support.
That has
so that
changed.
has changed.
That has changed under the new welfare reform
Okay.
laws.
Yeah, actually,
The
new
child
welfare reform,
support-
they take the whole thing from you.
Oh, okay.
What they do is if you're, I'm sorry to cut you off,
That's okay.
but if your child support exceeds what you get for welfare,
Yes.
then they take that whole amount and the rest of it is actually recycled back into the state,
Okay.
or you're told to go off welfare and only get child support.
Okay.
Right. Right. And then what happens is now the mother can become a criminal as well because she didn't have a job in the first place. That's why she gave up her children. Now she's required to pay child support, but still she doesn't have a job. So after her money builds up so high, she risks, just like the men, going to jail because her child support payment is too high. So now she can become a criminal and may never get her children back. And the children haven't received nothing but the welfare check that the mother for 3 years worked to earn. Because if you think that these mothers are on welfare and not working, it's not the case. They have to work 30 hours. 30 hours for that check. If I get a check for $430 for 2 children, I have to work 30 hours for that $430 a month. That's less, way less than minimum wage. It's not even $3. So we have sharecropping in a way, and the plantation, for real.
Speak the wisdom, mother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
In support of Occupy the Hood, if you so desire. Next, with some of the people that are left, is what do you all think the needs are? What do you all think the issues for Occupy the Hood should be? The immediate needs.
They should hurt the people outside. They should hurt the people.
What do you think we should be protesting immediately? Go ahead. Oh, I thought you. Yeah, go ahead. And your name?
My name is Rev LaDonna with Goddesses Blessing Goddesses. I'm a minister, and sometimes in the morning I was invited by Brother Don. Is he still here? Oh, okay. He invites. We're like family, and the Lord gave me a vision to, and you know, a lot of messages come through some people that are on the planet, and we can commend you all for Occupy Cleveland, Occupy Washington, Occupy Wall Street. I think it's a beautiful thing that you're doing. And I just had a message that I wanted to convey to you all and all of us as well, because there's a lot of issues. And here are the words that was instilled or inspired to me to bring today. Communities infused with a culture of poverty and violence can never be sustainable. That is because the climate is made up of feelings of fear, victimization, and an imbalance of power. The only way to create change on a deep level beyond jobs is empowerment. We must teach adults they have the power to reclaim and shape their own lives, and we must teach our children to never forfeit their lives to begin with. So I was told to say that today, and I just had to share it.
Thank you. Earlier, I think some people have come back in. I wanted to know from you, or we want to know from you, Occupy the Hood wants to know, what is it that you think are the immediate issues that we need to be addressing in our communities? Yes.
I really think we got to do something about all these women and children who are out here with no places to stay and no money.
I need that written down.
We got to do something. That's why they're not in school. That's why the kids are not in school.
Yes.
The mothers are hiding out. They've been
So that's twofold. That's education and that's education.
What are some reasons that they're hiding out that we can?
Because they will take their children from them if they find out that they're homeless or their utilities are cut off.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Susan Schnorr, and I live in Collinwood as well, right around here. And I had this idea when I drove past Huron Road Hospital. It's still standing, and that would be a perfect place to have people live, because every room has bathrooms and showers. They got a full kitchen. Let's occupy Huron Road for the homeless people, and we can connect it to the issue of these women and their kids, because